Hi, it's me, Erika, and today we are going to be doing part 1 of my Barbie collection. Today is going to be all about my different media, dolls, toys, and other merch relating specifically to the Barbie movies. But before we get too into it, I want to first thank my doll cabinet for giving me some motivation to finish this video. I know I've been trying to remake it for like a year now and I just haven't done it, so thank you. And if you really love doll videos, I definitely recommend going over to my doll cabinet and subscribing to them because I love watching your videos, my doll cabinet. I really do. Anyway, we are going to start with my Princess and the Pauper collection. Okay, I had to get up on the step stool to do this, but first here are my dolls for the core four. Julian, Annalise, Erika, and Dominic. Let me actually turn him around a little bit. And both of these dolls are singing dolls, and they still work. Let's see if I can make them... Uh-oh. Does my Erika not work anymore? Hold on. Okay, scared me there for a second. And behind them I have this huge musical castle. I love this thing so much. Unfortunately it doesn't have any of the accessories, but the sounds that I found still work. I'm hoping that one day I can find one new in box, or at least find the accessories for a good price that isn't, you know, super marked up. I know this movie is the most popular of them all, but it pains me how expensive the merchandise is. Anyway, I also have my talking Serafina, and you can see her briefly working in my Princess and the Pauper love letter video. So she has a jewelry box sensor and she still works. And behind here is an Annalise costume. I'm hoping to find Erika too one day, but I think it's just a really cute part of my collection, and it also came with this little crown. Very cute. And my Princess and the Pauper poster. And these are part of a set. These came in this big plastic bag, which I love. It's like a little purse, and it has a fuzzy coin purse, a wallet, and what I think is a pencil bag or maybe a cosmetics bag. And these are super cute. I actually do use this sometimes to carry around my nighttime pill. And I have used the wallet a lot. Oh, and I also keep my extra doll accessories in this bag for storage. There's also this bag too, and I was super disappointed when I got it. I mean, I knew it was going to be small because it's a child-sized bag, but I thought it would at least be big enough to like put a phone in or something, or be like a little clutch. But as you can see, it's only as tall as a highlighter. But it also came with a little teeny tiny coin purse too. And finally, these are my different Princess and the Pauper DVDs. This one, I think you can see how old it is. This is actually my very first copy from childhood, from all the way back in 2004. Actually, I'm not going to open it right now. And then I got another copy, I think from the thrift store, for like a couple bucks. And this version and my original both have the music CD in them, which is really cool. And then these two, this is the 2017, I want to say, reissue. I got this one not only to collect the new art, but also to be like the version I actually use when I want to play the movie and watch it. So yeah, this one I just call my play copy. And then this one, this is part of that big treasure set that everybody likes to, you know, repost online, where they all come in the big box. This one is the European, or the UK version. And the other thing I like about this version is specifically the Dutch dub. See, one of my favorite musicals is Wicked. And one of my favorite actresses to play Elphaba was, I hope I'm saying this right, Willemijn Verkijk. She was Elphaba in both the English and German versions, and also the Dutch version. And she is the one that performs as Erika in this movie in the Dutch dub. And I just thought that was really neat. Also, I totally forgot, but you have to have this older version of Barbie as the Princess and the Pauper, or the original VHS tape, in order to use the Talking Serafina toy. So that's the other reason why I have this second copy of it, even though I still have my childhood copy. And here are my current collectibles for Princess and the Pauper. I have the official Christmas ornament. Unfortunately, it is broken. It was broken before and I fixed it, but now I can't find the butterfly again, so hopefully I can find that later. And then my beautiful glitter globe. I love this so much. I found this on eBay just by chance, and yes, it plays Written in Your Heart. And the last part of my Princess and the Pauper collection is this. I made this when I cosplayed Erika for the first time. It's the Princess's Book of Etiquette. I just made this out of a broken copy of one of the Princess Diaries books, which, by the way, I'm sorry to say I do not like the books as much as I like the movies. But anyway, yeah, I just edited a screenshot of this book and printed it out, took some construction paper and some paint. You can see I tried paint the first time, and just Mod Podged it all together. And yeah, I'm super, super proud of this. I still display it on my bookshelf right there. All right, now let's take a look at probably my favorite part of my collection, which is, of course, all of my DVDs and Blu-rays. So starting from the top shelf, I have every single movie that was released from Nutcracker all the way to Video Game Hero, and then a few extra DVDs pertaining to those movies. And then down here is when I separated out the rest of the Dreamhouse, the Dreamhouse Adventures and Netflix universe, which we'll get into in a second, but also some related Barbie DVDs I have. And we'll actually get into those too. All of my Barbie CDs are in this. And I have my Barbie moving games. Let's look at some of my special DVDs. So this is The Magic of Pegasus. And this version is the one that has the original 3D glasses. Oops. Yeah, I was super lucky enough to find this. I know you can just buy 3D glasses, but to me it feels a bit more complete having the Barbie specific ones. Then this I had to put into a new case because this version of Fashion Fairy Tale came with a CD. I thought that was super neat. So the 3 songs on the CD are Another Me, Get Your Sparkle On, and Rockin' the Runway, which are also available on the version of the CD that you can get with some of the dolls. And this one I also had to get into a new case because after years and years, I've got the pink shoes with the bonus disc. This is really cool. This bonus disc comes with a music video, ballet lessons, and of course the Land of Sweets short film. I thought it was easier to give these two their own section, but I have my Barbie Diaries collectible diary and movie soundtrack. Each came with different versions of the Barbie Diaries movie, and I'm really, really lucky to have these, especially this, because I had this a long, long time ago and it stopped working. So now I have a new copy that does work. And here are my Walmart exclusive bonus CDs, or bonus discs. This one is for the 12 Dancing Princesses. It has a couple of games on it, one of which is already on Barbie Music and More. I'm still trying to capture the other ones, and a Dancing on Air featurette, which you can actually find on my Doll Cabinets page. This was songs from Fairytopia and Magic of the Rainbow, and what's interesting about this CD is that the versions of Rise Above It All and A Rainbow in Your Eyes are actually like alternate versions. I think they might be demo versions of the songs that we hear in Barbie Live in Fairytopia, and I just think that's really cool. So now we can hear what they probably sounded like before they were finalized. And this one is Barbie and Her Animal Friends, and this is also on Barbie Music and More. I'm just like shamelessly plugging my other channel, but I can't help it. So this is really neat. It's like a little mini documentary about different kinds of animals that Barbie co-stars with in Island Princess. And then this is, I just found this by chance. It's my Costco exclusive gift set version of Barbie and a Christmas Carol. So this comes with the movie, which I've already taken out. And it also comes with this cute child-size apron. I wish this was adult-sized. I would wear it all the time for Christmas, for making Christmas cookies. And a holiday recipe book. It just has some generic Christmas recipes and Christmas activities, but it's super cute. I couldn't pass it up. Alright, now let's get into all of my tie-in DVDs. So first, let's start with Learn to Dance Like a Princess and Learn to Be a Princess. These two came with dance mats, and in the Island Princess one's case, it also had like a bunch of accessories for you to use throughout the video. And you get to learn how to dance different things from Barbie movies. And in the case of the Learn to Be a Princess one, it also has like little princessy lessons like tea parties and dressing up and stuff like that. And they both feature Tyler Peck, who was one of the dancers who did all the mocapping for the Barbie ballet movies, which is super cool. Yeah, I would love to find these in box with the dance mats and accessories, but I'm fine just having the DVD. These are really cute. And this is my Barbie Fun to Draw DVD, which I just made a really simple cover for because it just came in a bag. And like the name says, this is a DVD that came with this huge mat where you can learn how to draw different Barbie characters with little starting positions, which, hold on. It's pretty neat. Although I have to say, there's one thing I don't... Okay, who in their right mind decided that we needed to draw Brutus? Of all creatures. And there's Swan Lake and the Princess and the Pauper. And notice they spelled Annalise's name wrong. Like, seriously? Like, it's spelled right here, though. And then Rapunzel. Oops. And Fairytopia, and once again, Dandelion's name is spelled wrong. But anyway, I thought this was kind of cool. It's such a unique part of my collection. Now this is an awesome find, I think. It's called Barbie Sing Like a Star. So this is a Diamond Castle DVD, and it features cutscenes, which again, you can find on Barbie Music and More. But you get lessons from this vocal coach. And it teaches you things like breathing and diction and all that good stuff. I think that's really cool. It could be like a good starting point for young kids who really want to learn how to study singing. And lastly, of my tie-in DVDs, probably the biggest disappointment. This is Sing Along with Barbie. You're supposed to sing 12 songs with Barbie, which is nice, but look at this lineup. Are you kidding me? Like, there were so many movies at this point that you could have easily taken a song from almost all of them. But that's a video I'm working on right now, so I won't get too into it. When that's done, I'll probably put it in the description. Okay, and down here, like I said earlier, these are all of my DVDs for the Dreamhouse Adventures universe. I have every one that's been released so far. The only thing I don't have right now is Barbie and Teresa Recipe for Friendship, but that's not out yet. And I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to keep collecting them for the Netflix universe anyway. I mean, I think Dolphin Magic is actually okay. It's a really cute introduction to this universe, but I'm just really sick of being in this universe. They've done so much, and there's no, like, linear progression at all. Like, you want me to believe Barbie is still 17 and she and Barbie just, I don't know. Malibu and Brooklyn have gone through so much, and yet it's like no time has passed, and that can totally work, don't get me wrong. Having ageless characters is totally fine. There's so much more room to do interesting stuff, and I don't know. At first, they like really tried to make her like this super relatable normal teen, which is not a bad angle, but she's not. She's a super rich white girl who can do whatever she wants, and like, I don't know. If they had gone more in the direction of the vlogs, which these were originally based on, I think it would have worked better. because she's not an ordinary girl. She met a mermaid. She did whatever the hell was going on in Touch of Magic, which, by the way, this series, I hate how they made Malibu like the super special one and then just totally shoved Brooklyn to the side. I can't let this turn into a Dreamhouse Adventures rant. I need to move on. So here is the only official DVD for Barbie and the Rockers. This was for those not in the know, this was a 2-part special. That was supposed to kick off a whole series with, I think, Saban Entertainment, and it just never came to fruition. And I made my own little DVD for the English dub, or no, the English version. That wasn't a dub, that's the original. And I synced the English audio to the DVD footage, which, again, you can find on Barbie Music and more. And then my DVD for Dreamtopia. This was a 45-minute special that originally aired on Nick and then just disappeared, but this was the introduction to the Dreamtopia preschool series, which honestly I really miss. I'm not in the age range for it at all, but it was super cute, and I miss Dreamtopia being its own thing and not just the doll line that Mattel shoves every mermaid and fairy and ballet, for some reason, doll into. Like, it was an actual thing. So in this series, Chelsea goes to the land of Dreamtopia in her sleep to help her solve problems. Well, no, actually, I guess that's what happens in the movie. In the TV series, she kind of just spaces out and goes to Dreamtopia. Anyway, there's also this Festival of Fun DVD, which it was promoted as a special, but it's actually just the first 4 episodes. And fun fact, this is the only way you can watch those 4 episodes in their entirety. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, because, like, in the series, Chelsea starts off every episode in the real world, has a problem, and then she spaces out and goes to Dreamtopia to solve the same kind of problem, and then take a lesson from Dreamtopia back into the real world. So the real world bookends each episode, and those bookends are not in the YouTube uploads of this series. It's only on this DVD, which I think is insane. Even in the Festival of Fun version that's on YouTube, they don't have that either. And then here, these are all gonna fall, are my My Scene movies. I adore My Scene. Yes, I know they were just here to compete with Bratz, but you know what? I love Bratz and I love My Scene. And I did as a kid as well. My Scene a little more so, though. But yeah, I've got Jammin' in Jamaica, Masquerade Madness, and My Scene Goes Hollywood. And I think Jammin' in Jamaica might be my favorite, but I think Masquerade Madness might have my favorite art style. And I do have them up here because I consider them like tangential Barbie movies, since, you know, My Scene is an offshoot of Barbie. And Barbie, voiced by Kelly Sheridan, is in those movies, so. And then we have the Barbie movie Blu-ray, and I'm sorry to say, I don't think I like the Barbie movie very much. I mean, don't get me wrong. Visually, awesome. I love how everything looks. I love how colorful it is. I love how you can actually see what's happening. But story-wise, maybe I'll do a video on my personal thoughts, but I'm not a fan. Okay, and let's do the rest of my bookshelf, starting with my soundtracks. I will do these in their own section, but I have them all in this big pink case because there was too many, and when we moved to this house, I had taken them all out of their cases, so they're just in there now. And my Barbie and the Sensations case. I mean, tape. Cassette tape. It took me forever to find this on eBay, but I did one day, and now it's mine. So let's look at the CDs next. First up is Barbie Sings, the Princess Movie Collection. This has songs from the first 4 Barbie movies, and it's super cute. And this is the only way you could get the prologue version of Written in Your Heart, as well as the reprises for To Be a Princess and How Can I Refuse. But yeah. And then more Princess and the Pauper CDs. This is another music CD. I actually don't know where this came from. It's like it just kind of spawned in my house one day, because it's like, I already have 2 of these, so maybe I should actually give this one away. And then my Princess and the Pauper audiobook. This came with a book which I kind of lost in the move. I have no idea what happened to it, so I'm hoping to get another copy of it soon. But for some reason, even the books for these movies are getting listed for super high prices, which is ridiculous. Anyway, I also have Serafina's Adventure here, which was a little 11-minute extra story with Serafina meeting the Mouse Prince in her castle, which is up on my other channel. And then Songs from Fairytopia, which is the cast recording for Barbie Alive in Fairytopia. I talk about this musical a little bit in my Lost Media video. And then I also have a Magic of Pegasus storybook, and I actually do have the storybook for this one. The Barbie Diaries. This version of the CD came with my Barbie Diaries doll. And, oh, what's really cool is that it has the official lyrics on the back of the case. And, of course, my movie soundtrack that doesn't work anymore. I still have this, and I honestly don't know why. If it doesn't work, I should just recycle it or make it into wall art. But this one is super neat. This is my Charms CD. And Charms was this Australian girl group that was put together to promote the Barbie Diaries. And I uploaded their versions of the songs along with the karaoke versions from the CD to the other channel. It's on the Barbie Diaries playlist. And I also have a 12 Dancing Princesses audiobook. Then this one is really neat. This is The Magic of the Rainbow music inspired by the movie, which is like it sounds. It's just a bunch of songs in a musical theater style that were inspired by the movie. And I guess I didn't make this clear enough in my Lost Media video, but when I talked to Robbie Roth over email, he pretty much implied that this was meant to just be a soundtrack and not that this was supposed to be a musical. So I just wanted to re-clarify that. Then, of course, my CDs for Island Princess and Diamond Castle. Yeah, somehow I kept all the booklets, but not the CD cases. I don't know how. Christmas Carol. My Three Musketeers Target exclusive sampler, which comes with a bonus track called Musketeers Action Anthem. And then my Three Musketeers Miette Story and Song CD. This is just like the Serafina one, except it's for, obviously, Miette, which is cool. And it took me years to find this, but I finally got Barbie A Perfect Christmas soundtrack. And this is the one that has all the bonus tracks on it. And you can actually listen to the bonus tracks on my Doll Cabinet channel. And then lastly, my Secret Door CD. And as far as I know, this is the last physical Barbie CD they ever produced. All the soundtracks afterwards were just released digitally. Also, something I forgot to mention with the Serafina's Adventure and the Miette Story CDs is that their respective toys would interact with these CDs like they would with the movies. Okay, now for my games. This is a activity DVD that came with some of the Magic of Pegasus dolls. It has a movie trailer, a storybook, which is really just a bunch of stills and concept art put together to make a storybook. Grooming Brietta game, which is a demo version of that game, really. It's not the full version that you find on the Magic of Pegasus DVD. And Friends of Pegasus. If you guys have ever played the game on the Fairytopia DVD where you fly through Azura's house and see all of the Fairytopia dolls and Alina tells you about them, that's that same thing, but Annika telling you about these dolls. And I also have the Three Musketeers on Nintendo DS, which I've beat once, actually. My Island Princess PlayStation 2 game, I was lucky enough to find this in my hometown, actually, at our local GameStop. Not GameStop, one of the local game stores. Excuse me. And the Rainbow Adventure DVD game, I'll talk a little more about this when we get to my dolls and toys. And then my Princess and the Pauper PC game. And then these are my GBA games that I've collected so far. I've got Magic of Pegasus, the Barbie Diaries, High School Mystery, and The Princess and the Pauper. And the reason I have it in this case is that this is actually my original cartridge from childhood. Yeah, I held on to this for so long. Like, can you see the little scratch? I don't know if you can. Can you see the scratches? Yeah, it still works, thankfully. And lastly, we have this Princess Enchanted Sounds cartridge for the I Can Play piano. That's a plug and play game where, well, you practice piano. I'm not entirely sure how to get footage for this yet, but I think somebody else on YouTube already has it. Alright, let's do my books now, starting with these 3 cinemangas that were published by Tokyo Pop. This was a line of books that took different American properties, such as these particular 3 Barbie movies, and made them into little comics. Staying in the realm of comics for a second, I also have my Starlight Adventures Secret of the Gems comic. This one followed Barbie and company after the movie, where they're vacationing on Barbie's home planet of Paraden, and this scientist is like extracting these gems and kind of ruining the natural landscape of the planet. And Barbie and Co have to find a way to work together to save the planet and cooperate with the scientist. And I really like this. I love Starlight Adventure. It's my second favorite Barbie movie, and I really wish they had continued with these comics. And these are the junior novelizations I have so far. I want to collect as many of these as I can. I don't know. There's something about these little chapter book versions of the movies that I just kind of adore. Maybe it's because I read these a lot as a kid. Well, not these, obviously. But like the old ones as a kid. Especially this one. I had a copy of this when I was little, and I read it all the time. And now my storybooks. I have these storybooks, which I mentioned earlier. These are the ones that came with audio CDs, and I don't have the Princess and the Pauper one anymore, like I mentioned earlier. I lost it in the move. This golden book that my friend gave me for Pearl Princess, which is really cute. I love the little illustrations. This board book that I found at my local thrift store. And this took me so many years. Like, no, I'm not kidding, 20 years to find. This is the Barbie Diaries storybook. I'm trying to open it, hold on. And I have to say, I was slightly disappointed when I got it because I thought it was more like we're reading Barbie's diary as she wrote it in the movie, and it's pretty much that, but more of just a retelling, but with some pictures. But I was hoping that it would look more like her diary does in the movie, with all the scribbles and the pictures taped in and everything, but that's okay. It also has a bunch of pages that you're supposed to fill in yourself, and even though clearly somebody's child is already written in this, it's still really cool, and just the catharsis of finding it, even without the necklace, made it worth it. And then my Barbie and the Nutcracker storybook with all these beautiful, totally inaccurate paintings. It's okay though. These really are just so gorgeous to look at. And I'm trying to get the other storybooks that also have this painted style too, like Rapunzel and Swan Lake and The Princess and the Pauper. And the last of my books is this super cute Barbie Princess Tales Essential Guide. So this has information on the first 5 Barbie Princess movies, and they even have like little maps and stuff, and they go through like retellings of the story and whatnot, little diagrams. Although I have to say, I don't like that they spell sugar plum as 2 words. It's spelled as 1 for this movie. But either way, it's cute and I like it. And I don't know, having a map of the Princess and the Pauper universe is kind of cool. Okay, now let's go over the rest of the stuff on the top of my shelf. I have my little Christmas ornaments. And I actually found this one just last year. I also have the little nutcracker she came with, but I have it in the box for safety so I don't lose it. And here is a photo of little 5-year-old Erika receiving Barbie as the nutcracker on VHS. This is where it all started. I don't have a date. Yep. But yep. And this promotional box was in its own video until YouTube decided that I had to permanently set it to for kids, and even though I set it back to not for kids, they didn't let me have any more comments. So we're just gonna unbox it again. So when you open it up, it has this nice big picture of the Nutcracker. The first ever Barbie feature casts Barbie in 2 roles, Clara and the Sugar Plum Princess, as she embarks on the adventure of a lifetime. So it also came with a Sugar Plum Princess doll, and look what I was saying earlier, Sugar Plum is supposed to be one word. And it also came with this promo book, and this book basically goes into like, oh, Barbie's starring in her first movie, she's a worldwide phenomenon, here's like all the products you can buy, and here's the stats and stuff for airing on CBS, blah 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 blah. We also have the Clara McDonald's toy to show that they were having a tie-in promotion with McDonald's. And lastly, it came with this VHS tape, and it tells, you know, more or less what's in this book already, like, oh, it's a global phenomenon, she's being brought to life with CG, and it says preview trailer on this, so I'm pretty sure that's all that there might be on here. I'm not really sure, and I don't have access to a VHS player, so I can't just figure it out myself. So if that changes later on, I will update the description. Otherwise, I don't know, see if somebody else found it. Okay, so let's move on to some of the other stuff that's like on my walls. I have these images saved from the Starlight Adventure DVD box and the box from one of the dolls. A Three Musketeers poster that came with my CD. A Keep Calm and Be a Barbie steel poster. I think my husband gave this to me just to do it. My 20 years of the Barbie and the Nutcracker collage that I made back in 2021. And I just did this for fun, and again, it was in that unboxing video that I had to get rid of. A printout of the Fathom Events poster from Barbie and Starlight Adventure. I actually went to this when it went into theaters, and unfortunately, I think I've lost my movie ticket, which really disappoints me. It was probably my favorite time ever going to the movies. And then my Princess and the Pauper official promo poster. Wait, I think I showed that earlier. And then my giant Magic of the Rainbow poster that's as big as my windows. Sorry, the lighting's getting weird now. There we go. So I'm not sure what this was for. I just found this randomly on eBay several years ago. I think maybe it might have been for like displaying at something like, you know, the Blockbuster or something to show that, hey, they've got the new Barbie. I don't know, I really love it. So finally, let's look at my toys and dolls for the Barbie movies. Starting off with my Mermaid Tail Happy Meal toys, I have a full set. There's a Merlia that comes with this surfboard that's also a comb, Mermaid Merlia, and Kayla and Xylee, Merlia's mermaid crown, and 2 little seahorse things that are also hair clips, and more figures. This is a little Swan Lake swan that I got in a random lot. An Erika Juno keychain. Normally I'm not a blind bags kind of girly, but I just had to get her. She's so cute, and Erika Juno is one of my favorite characters from the movies. This Twyla that came with my sister's Genevieve doll. She let me keep this, and I put it on my tree every year. I'll just put that down right here. The Rainbow Adventure Alina doll. Now this doll is really interesting. It came packaged with the Rainbow Adventure DVD that we saw earlier, and you could actually program this doll to your DVD player so that she would act as the remote, and you could play the game while playing with your Alina doll. And this is my singing Erika Juno doll. I think she still works. If she does, I don't have batteries in her right now. and my Sugar Plum Clara doll, my Eden Starling doll with the little Chuzzlewit figure, the McDonald's Nutcracker doll from that promo box. I decided just to take it out, and my 2008 holiday Barbie doll. And the reason that this one is my favorite is, of course, because it ties into the movie, and this is absolutely just a totally gorgeous gown. My transforming Isla doll. I decided it was easier just to get all of my Barbie Diary stuff together. Obviously I have a Barbie doll with her little amp, and unfortunately it doesn't work anymore, but it's still cool. The fortune teller game, just like the one she has in the movie, and you can even record your own fortunes in it. The electronic diary, I had one of these as a kid, and it was like my prized possession of my collection, and I lost it, and I'm just so happy to finally have another one, and it totally works. And one of the pillow sets, this one transforms into Barbie's bedroom. Then here's my Talking Penelope plushie, if I can get it to work. My Shiver plushie. Oh, maybe it's not turned on right now, but it glows and shivers. My Talking Miette plushie. Not now, Penelope. And she interacts with her movie. I cannot believe I forgot to say this while talking about the DVDs, but you specifically have to have the UK edition of Barbie and the Three Musketeers for the Miette plushie to work. And my official Barbie Live in Fairytopia Bibble plush. He looks kind of, I don't know what the word is, like skrunkly or something, but I love him. Oops. And this is my Nori doll that I restored. I painted her and gave her sparkles and did her hair, and I even made a little flower for the back of it. But yeah. Oh, and I painted the crest of courage on her arms. And then these two are really special. This is my original Sea Pixie and my original Princess Rosella doll from my childhood. So I saved these over the years, and they were mine. They weren't my sister's that she gave to me later. These belong exclusively to me.
Here on my island, the sea says hello. Dolphins are waiting wherever I go.
And finally, the crown jewel of all of my dolls and toys, my gold label Live in Fairytopia Elena doll. I think she is just so gorgeous, and it took me years and years to get her. So I'm so happy. Here, there's her certificate, a little photo card with info on the back. And yeah, I just think she's amazing, and maybe I shouldn't have taken her out of the box, but whatever. I love to actually be able to touch my dolls and look at them from all sides, so I took her out, and I could not be happier. And that's it for part 1 of my collection. Those are all of my things that have to do with the Barbie movies. So eventually I'll upload part 2 with the rest of my Barbie collection that's, you know, just regular Barbie stuff. Thanks for watching.